legends of wrestling. One of the biggest events of the year, 10,000 fans in attendance as Ken Anderson takes on David Arquette.
Welcome back to Saturday Daybreak. I am here with producer, filmmaker, wife, and fellow Arkansan, Christina Arquette. It's so good to see you.
And former KATVer, right?
I know, that's so crazy. Like, what year was that?
My first job, that was 2003.
You went on to make films and be a producer, and congratulations on your recent appointment to the Arkansas Cinema Society Board. That's great.
Well, I love Arkansas. We've made 2 films in the past year in Arkansas. We want to continue making films in Arkansas. I think Catherine Tucker is such a groundbreaking talent, and she's doing incredible things. And I love all the board members and Jeff Nichols and Graham Gordon, just incredible Arkansas talent. So it's a real honor. And, you know, really a lot of this started, I came back in 2018 to screen a Survivor's Guide to Prison, which is a documentary David and I did about the failing criminal justice system. We screened it with Arkansas Cinema Society, and we're so impressed by all the amazing things going on in Arkansas that, and David's obsessed with Arkansas, loves Hope, Arkansas, loves it so much. And so, you know, we just wanted to come back and make films. And you know, for me and my kids, it's just, I have such fond memories of Arkansas as a child. And to me, it's like, you know, that coming home feeling is so important right now. And so we've been spending a lot of time there. And we're so thrilled to be screening You Cannot Kill David Arquette in a joint partnership with Arkansas Cinema Society and Hot Springs Film Festival.
You Cannot Kill David Arquette. First of all, I watched it last night. I went through the emotional gamut watching this movie. I mean, there were times where it was so disturbing and it was gut-wrenching and it was hard to watch. And then I walk away and I feel changed in some way. I am not a wrestling fan. I knew nothing about wrestling. Tell our viewers what the documentary is about, because again, you don't have to be a fan of wrestling, but at the same time, you will have a real appreciation for it once you've seen this documentary.
Well, I love that you say that, because, yeah, we made this as a love letter to wrestling, but we also made it as a, you know, it's a classic hero's journey. It's a wild ride. It's a story full of love, a love story, and heartbreak, and all sorts of things wrapped up into it. So the history is David, my husband, Arquette, 20 years ago, he did a movie called Ready to Rumble with Scott Kahn, which tanked at the box office. It was a cult favorite in the wrestling world. And he did it because David, at the age of 12, was a wrestling fan obsessively. He loved wrestling growing up. As a cross promotion for Ready to Rumble, they started doing some promotional bits with David and decided at the time that they were going to write him into their script of sorts and become the WCW World Championship heavyweight wrestling belt winner. And he was like, oh my God, I don't think I can do that. And, you know, they're like, well, sorry, you're already, you know, you're part of this promotion. As a fan, he was like, fine, I'll do it. This is amazing. Pinch me moment. Does it. Wrestling fans hated it. Hated him, that felt that he didn't deserve it. He was an outsider. He was a Hollywood actor who didn't put in the time. So for literally 20 years, he has been trolled by the wrestling community that pretty much blamed the demise of WCW on David's title win. And so fast forward to 46 years old, he is 50 pounds overweight, struggling. He had a bad reaction to a stress test. He ended up in an emergency surgery, had 2 stents put into his heart. And when he was near death, he said that he didn't think about me or the children. He thought about wrestling, because he felt it was the one thing in his life he hadn't completed properly. And that is what makes up You Cannot Kill David Arquette.
One last time, I have to really prove myself.
This is a behind the scenes, behind the curtain, behind everything, but this is your marriage.
Yeah.
This is your husband. And he got hurt a lot.
A lot.
I mean, at what point does the wife and the producer say, I don't know?
Yeah, it was a weird role to play, because, you know, I really produced this film. Like, I produced it. You name the job, and I did it on this film.
This ain't the movies. We don't have stunt doubles.
It was a really organic film. Every shoot unfolded as you see it in the film. I still don't even feel like I'm totally in it because I did so much behind the scenes. I grew a lot as a producer doing this film, and I grew a lot as a female producer, a female filmmaker. You know, I was in a world of all men making this film, and so I really found my voice as a woman, both, you know, on camera and behind camera.
I'm a big documentary fan, and this tells the story beautifully. And if you are a fan of wrestling, I can't stress enough how much you need to see this movie. It's going to be part of the Hot Springs Documentary Film Festival lineup, and they're doing a Q&A with you and David to talk about the making of the film. Jeff Nichols is interviewing you guys. So it's definitely something you want to see, and the discussion afterwards is something our viewers are definitely going to want to watch.
I hope everybody enjoys You Cannot Kill David Arquette because it's a crazy ride.
Oh, I love talking to you. Mwah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So good to see you.